disgusting. That's devil worship. That's devil worship.
This right here. These are baby clothes. They say that grooming isn't happening, then why are there pride baby onesies? Trans people will always exist. This is the ugliest shirt I've ever seen.
OV, you take your kid to Target.
This is cool. Queen, queen, queen. Queens take care of each other.
Where's the straight section for straight kids?
Indoctrination of kids, and you're like behind.
There's a bunch of folks who have nothing else to do with their lives except for go and harass people and tear down displays in Target stores. Because that's, I guess, fun to do. Here comes June, and here comes Pride Month. Here comes corporations and companies looking to sell things. That's weird, looking to sell things to folks who will buy them. But now we've got folks talking about these evil baby clothes, words on a shirt that apparently offend them because they're words that describe folks that exist. Oh my God, how horrible is that? And now they're all over it. In fact, as you saw at the back in there, yelling at some employees because apparently it's their fault. His decisions made to sell things in a retail store. It's crazy. What the retail store is doing now is what's making news. Target has announced that it's moved its Pride displays to the back of some of the stores in the South and will remove certain items from its Pride collection following complaints and violent confrontations from some of these customers. Here's some more video.
You know, people get on my nerves, so why somebody came in complaining about the first thing they see when they come in Target was a Pride station. Complaints upper management folded like a pretzel. And they made my girl right here move the whole section, well, not by herself, but they had to help her. That whole section was full of Pride clothes and had to go to the back of the store because guests didn't want to see it. So look at my friend here, moving all their Pride stuff. Offended, and shame on them people.
So they shifted some things, moved them to the back of the store. I guess those employees had a little bit of fun with it, at least since they had to keep shifting things like that. But here's the Target statement on it. Because look, as I mentioned, those employees there were, it looks like it was a little bit of a humorous approach to it, what they have to be doing. But it's serious, some of the things that they're facing. So for more than a decade, this is the Target statement. For more than a decade, Target has offered an assortment of products aimed at celebrating Pride Month. For more than a decade, keep that in mind because this keeps happening with folks who think this is brand new. Since introducing this year's collection, we've experienced threats impacting our team members' sense of safety and well-being while at work. And given these volatile circumstances, we're making adjustments to our plans, including removing items that have been at the center of the most significant confrontational behavior. Our focus now is on moving forward with our continuing commitment to the LGBTQIA+ community and standing with them as we celebrate Pride Month and throughout the year. So Ben, it looks like they're trying to make sure they still let folks know that are happy about their approach to at least selling again to people who maybe are interested in certain clothing and whatever else is there, keychains. I don't even know what it is they're selling. You know why I don't know what they're selling? Because I'm not there to buy that stuff. It's a really simple thing, but they're still looking to make sure those people know that they're, as far as the approach of the hatred that's coming their way, that they're not siding with them. They're just trying to protect their team members from some of this violent terrorists that keep running the stores and making threats upon their bodies or their lives. But this is the way this is now going on in the United States of America. And we've got these folks now running from these terrorists. There's more to this, but just initial thoughts here.
I think this issue is a little bit more complicated than maybe it seems at first blush, because obviously these right wingers going into these stores and destroying displays are horrible, monstrous idiots. And taking down a rainbow on top of a display saying "Take Pride" is just so stupid. Plus the guy's wearing bright blue shoes. I mean, kind of I don't know, it seems like an LGBTQ friendly look right there. But on the flip side, I don't believe baby clothes should have gender or sexuality based sayings on them. This is a baby. I don't think a baby should be used as a billboard for things they don't understand or will not experience for decades to come. I don't think it should be talking about queer on the shirt of a child or trans people, anything about trans, because there's not shirts for children that say straight or that normalize being straight either. I thought we tried to keep children out of our political debates, out of our contentious social issues, and let them just have cowboys and mermaids and whatever fun dinosaurs and superheroes they want on their shirts, and let them be innocent a little longer. I don't think they should be used as conveyor belts for conveying messages that they can't understand and should not need to be exposed to for a long time coming. So I do agree that that could be an unnecessary exposure. I don't know if indoctrinating is the word, but for them to things they should be no part of. Displays for adults, general rainbows, vibes, making people feel welcome is wonderful. But I think we should keep slogans off of toddlers' clothing as well.
This is the beautiful part about this, Ben. You can have that opinion. And the difference is you don't force people to then conform to your opinion and then go in the store and say, how dare you put that queer on a shirt? Therefore, I'm gonna threaten your life because you put that on a shirt. You know, I've seen things on babies' clothes and onesies before. In fact, my wife said it and it annoys her all the time. There's a little cute baby and then people walk up to him and go, oh, you're gonna have to beat the boys off from her when she's older. Why are you talking about my baby and potential boys trying to have sex with her? Why? This child is 2 months old. It happens all the time. But when it's a straight thing where people say, hey, you know, that baby's gonna have to be think about your child having sex. You just had it. But let's think about how the kind of sex your child's gonna be having. We do it. Totally. We sexualize children all the time.
This is true. And I don't, you know, I'm not an expert on children's clothing. If it's pretty common to have like baby's shirts for a boy that says lady killer or something, or ladies man, then I do think it's totally fair game to have ones that are containing LGBTQ slogans. And regardless, you're right what you said. I can have an opinion, as can they, but to go into a store in a free market that they claim to hold so dear and tell them that they cannot have it and impose their will by making threats or tearing stuff down, no. Do it with the free market that you hold so dear. Don't buy those items. You can even boycott the store if you want.
Yeah, that's fine, bro. Just like I said, there was the Bud Light issues. There was the whatever, anything else they're going after. I don't drink Bud Light either, but that's just for other reasons.
I do. I love it. It's the best beer.
We did talk about that. You're right. Strike one, Ben. Strike one. But no. It's so yeah. You can have your opinion, have your thought process. It's the anger and the energy. And then, by the way, now many of these folks are now inspired by this decision from Target, and they're saying, "Well, this is great. Keep the pressure going." So of course, and again, I'm not faulting Target. There's people who are mad at Target, and they said they folded to these terrorists, and I agree. These are terroristic activities, but they're looking to protect their employees. It's one of those situations where it's the lesser of two evils, and they move the stuff to the back. But now that stories are out about them moving them to the back, guess where the bigots and the hateful people are gonna go to go and destroy more things and start threatening more employees? To the back of the store. The folks who say, I'm sick of seeing this in my face, and you keep throwing it at me, continue to look for it. It's weird how that works.
It's true, and also it's the back of the store is worse. It's a much more dangerous place to have controversial items because there's not a lot of eyeballs in the back of a store. Also, just the imagery of that. You should decide to keep something or don't, but moving something to the back and saying it's still equal does not seem like it doesn't have a history in this country.
Absolutely, and you know, in many cases, as far as they can, they're trying to push things back to the good old days. There's other folks. They're also targeting this trans designer that puts forward some quote satanic Target pride types of things. So there he is as well. So he's also getting death threats because that's how we solve things in this country. That's how you make sure you're an open and tolerant society. Oh no, they don't want that.